Good morning, fellow Forex traders. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Looking forward to a good week. Got a lot of news this week, especially here in the U.S. Got big news. Friday, of course, is the non-farm payroll report and the rate decisions on Wednesday. So big news this week. Expecting some good moves. We're going to look at the pound dollar starting out. It's in a buy. We're expecting it to come up to here. That's the target. Eventual target's right there. That could happen today, but I don't think it will. It may get most of the way there, but I don't think it's going to get all the way there because it's about 140 pips almost. But it is in a buy. Aussie dollar has come up and filled in its flush down. So there is a potential sell up in here. It could go a little bit higher. Pound CAD's in a sell. It's not really doing anything though. Pound yen. It's made a 1 hour buy, but it's ran away. There's the potential targets up there. Now that's not going to make that today either. Good buy. Would look for a pullback down in here. This low is 75. So back down somewhere into here would be a good buy opportunity. If it does it just may run away. If it does, it does. Euro New Zealand is still in a sell. Pound New Zealand should have the same picture. It does, still in a sell. New Zealand yen in a buy, but it's ran away. Nothing you could do about it. Mondays is considered setup day for those of you who don't know. First off, I forgot to say, if you're new here, welcome. I'm on live Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, that's in the U.S. And I'm usually on for about an hour, close to it. And I do Forex swing trading. If you don't know, I don't do day trading. Sometimes there is a trade during the New York session, sometimes there isn't. So if you're looking for, what I call gunslinging mentality, where you got to do you got to have 30 or 40 trades a day, this is not the room for you. And I don't say that to be mean, it's just the truth. I've been there and done that. I did that when I first started trading, using 1, 3, 5, and even 15-minute charts, and blew 2 accounts. So I went to swing trading in 2006 and started making money profitably in 2007, and have never looked back. So I'll never go back to 1, 3, and 5-minute charts ever. No reason to. I've been able to retire doing this, trading this way. But most people they feel like they got to make money every day to pay bills. If you're in that case, then I would suggest you stop trading real money, do a demo account, try to put some money away if you can, and then learn how to trade successfully. Because that's the whole, excuse me, that's the whole goal, is for you to be able to learn how to trade successfully, where you don't need me or anybody else. See, we will continue to look. That was the Euro Aussie is in a buy, but because it ran away, you really need a pullback somewhere down in here. but that may be close enough. Let's see, that low is 65.68. That was 22, so it could have been low enough where there's going to be a turnaround. For a buy. Euro CAD is in a sell. Really didn't have much of a chance to get in, so you would kind of look for a push up into here to get a lower risk trade. Pound Aussies and a buy is at the buy spot. A low risk, because if it takes this out, it's going lower, so there's no reason to hang around. You just sit and wait. CAD Yen is made a buy. That's what you look for, is right in here. You could have bought there, it ran up, bought here, you're up again. It's probably coming to at least right here. That's a yearly pivot, which is now resistance. See how it broke through, it closed below, it went down further. That's resistance, but I would think there's going to be a little poke up into here, so it's got about another 30 or 40 pips it can go today easy. You can get a retrace back down into here somewhere, then your stop would be right there. Be a low risk trade for a move up. On the CAD Yen, Euro Yen has just ran away on the 1 hour. Nothing you can do. You have to wait for a pullback back down in it, and the target will be up here. That won't happen today because of the range already. And the odd yen is looking for a sell as it's fixing to fill in its flush down. It could go up a little bit more to look for a sell opportunity. Up in here would be great. So that's all of those. For those that look for the strategies that I use, is this it? These are my signals I created. You can't get those anywhere. I don't post them. I don't put them out or anything. They're mine. After many years of working, looking at patterns and stuff, and this was created back in 2006. So I've used these for going on almost 18 years successfully. And this is what I look at when I have to wait for this to show up. Then you could have either got in here, or if it ran away, pulled back, then you could have got in there, low risk trade. 107.70 is that low. 72.2 plus the spread. $4 is what you'd be risking right there. So I'm in this one because I put an order in, and I do that before I go to bed to hope that it comes back, which it did. To get in, I didn't get the exact number, but I was able to get in it because it actually went a little bit lower than where I had my number, which I'm fine with. But I had my stop in too, so if it was going to be wrong, I wasn't going to lose much. That's the whole point. I've already taken off half of this profit, which on CAD Yen is at 35, because it doesn't have as big a range. So my stop, which originally was right here, is now back to break even plus a couple of dollars. So it's going to make money no matter what. I'm just hoping it's going to continue to push up, or it can come back down into here even, and then push up, and then I can move my stop up underneath there. And I think that it's going to here today, but that may be the limit. And then the pound dollar, it's in a buy. There was the opportunity there, which I got in the other day. Took half the profit off. I'm just waiting on the swing up because I can't move my stop because they were taking out highs, but they weren't going anywhere. See, just barely. I mean, these have to be where they kind of explode up like this. That's what I need. It wasn't doing it. But I have been able to move my stop up from where I entered over here to over here this low. So been in this over a day. You know, you can't count the weekend because I could carry it over the weekend too, but I've already took half profit off on it, and this second half is now in money, so it's going to make money no matter what, and I'm hoping it's going up to here. So I just have to keep moving the stop as I get push-ups like this, and these are hour charts, so you have to be patient. I don't look at anything less than an hour. It's 1 hour, 4 hour daily. And you may ask, how come you don't look at anything to get a better entry? The big boys don't do that. They're the ones that make the money. That's the ones that we have to follow. Don't want to follow these guys who trade 1, 3, 5, 15-minute charts, and then they use a 1-minute chart to get entries, because they're in the 95 percentile of not making money. So I want to be in the 5% that consistently makes money. So hopefully that's going to be the trade. If not, I've already made some money and going to make money on the second half regardless what happens. Takes the stress off. Go through these one more time for everybody. The Aussie dollar has been in a buy, but it's coming up to the sell. It could push up into here, and it could do that today before it sells off. But we have, if I can squeeze this down enough, maybe too far up, there's a yearly pivot down here, and there's a pivot up here too. So it's closer to the low down here than it is the high. But either one of those we can get to before the end of the year. They're both about 300 away from where it's trading right now. So the CAD, pound CAD, is in a sell. We're going to look at the 4 hour, I mean the 1 hour. That was a 4 hour, and it's still in a sell. It kind of ran away, didn't give you really a chance to, so there could be a push up into here for a sell opportunity. The pound yen, it's in a 1 hour buy, but it's ran away. You had no chance to get in, so we need a pullback. If it doesn't pull back, then this could actually go to back to test this high today on its range, and the eventual target is up in here, which it won't do that today. Euro New Zealand is in a sell still. Yeah, I was finally stopped out of this thing. I was in up here, was able to took off half the profit, moved the stop down. I moved it down to here, then this happened, and it made a lower low, so I moved it down to here, and you can see what happened. I got stopped out. So I'm completely out of this trade. Pound New Zealand, didn't have a chance to get in there. You could have it come up here, but the risk would have been a little bit too much. I think it was in the 50s if I'm not mistaken. 209. It was 38 plus the spread, so it was like $44 risk. And that's if you got the exact right there, which chances are you wouldn't have, so it'd been more than that, probably closer to 50, which I can't do because it's the messes the risk to reward up. So I had to get in up here and then follow this thing down, but it just kind of ran straight down. Really didn't give you the greatest chance to follow your stop, except maybe right there, but it's pretty close for the pound New Zealand. And then when it's pushed down, you'd have probably got stopped out right there. But it wouldn't have mattered. You'd have made a bunch of money. So the New Zealand yen, it ran away also. Didn't give you a chance to get in. We need a retracement back down. Euro Aussie is in a buy. There's an opportunity possibly down into here, or it could turn around from right here and head up. Euro CAD is in a sell. Pound Aussie is in a buy, and it's come down for a low risk trade. If it takes that out, it's going lower. So be careful. Trying to see how far away the next yearly pivot is, and it looks like it's a good ways down here. It is. It's got one above yearly pivot, which it fell from. Went up, touched it, closed above it, and crashed through it. So are we going to come back and retest that? That would be a pretty good move. Yeah, almost about 200-300 pips. Good move if that happens. So you just have to watch it. Because remember, if it takes that out, right now if this pushes up, then you can move your low under those 3 candles, anywhere up underneath there. But it has to push up. Because the Aussie's still got a little strength. And let's see, that's the pound Aussie, the CAD yen. I'm in this. I've already taken off half profit, and my stop is a couple dollars. I've moved it initially from here to over here now because of the push up. So I got in at the entry plus. Now I've got a couple dollars on it, so I've already made money on it. The second half's going to make money no matter what. I just hope that it's going to push on up, at least up into here today, so I can move my stop up higher. And that's on the CAD yen. The Euro yen has just ran away like the pound yen. The possible target is up in here. That won't happen today because that's still 100 away, so it's going to be, you'd have to hold it. But the risk right now is too great to get in. I need a pullback. I'm not taking this up here. This is where your average traders, oh, it's breaking out, I got to get in, it's going up. What if it does this, comes back down in here? You going to hang on to that? Because this is what I'm looking for. Come back down into here, then get the buy back up to here. Aussie yen is coming up to its flush. It has the potential to go up to here today. So that's what I'm saying about the pound Aussie. Aussie's strong, and looks like the pound's a little bit strong too. So we'll have to keep an eye. There's a couple to keep an eye on. The pound dollar, the CAD yen, the pound Aussie, and the Euro Aussie. And need a pullback on the pound yen and the Euro yen to get in. The US dollar Japanese yen is still below 150s, so there's not going to be an intervention yet like there was a couple weeks ago, where it was driven down almost 350 pips. So, but I'm in it, you know, in the 149.90s short, looking forward to explode to the downside again. I'm willing to hang on to that. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them in the chat, or you can go to my YouTube channel in the comments section and put it in there. and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Usually, if you're in the U.S., it's quick. If you're overseas, depends when you put it in. It may take longer because I could be sleeping when you put it in and you're up. So there could be several hours difference before I get to it. But that's just realize that I'm not paying you no attention. This is just the time difference. So, lots of news this week. The pound dollar is still in a buy. And this is the profit target again, which I said will not happen today. That won't happen today. Is up into here, which is over 150 something from where it's trading, about 150. So that won't happen today. Aussie dollar, we're looking for a push up into here. For a potential sell. Pound CAD is already in a sell, but because it kind of ran away, it could pull back up into here for a sell opportunity. Pound yen ran away, got to have a pullback on it or there's nothing to do, which the target is up in here. That won't happen today either, so you'll have to hold on to it for another day. Euro New Zealand's already in a sell, even though it's trying to push up. Pound New Zealand still in the sell too. New Zealand yen, nothing to do. It's ran away. Nothing you can do about that. You can only wait for a pullback back down into here somewhere, which that could happen today. But I'm looking for this wick to get filled in some, all the way up into here. That won't happen today either. Euro Aussie, looking for a buy. After it went in and filled in its flush down, it sold off. We're back down into the flush up. So there is a chance it could turn around right here, or it could come a little bit lower for even a lower risk trade and then turn around and head back up. Euro CAD's in a sell. Pound Aussie is down here in a buy right now. If it takes these lows out right here, it's going to take that low because they're close to get very, very close together. If it takes these out, it's going to take that one out and go lower. So if you're going to buy, this is the place to do it. Low risk. Looking for a push back up here to this yearly pivot or close to it somewhere in here. That won't happen today though. That won't happen today. CAD yen, which I'm in, is coming up yearly pivot. That's going to be resistance. Like a possibility up in here, which it could do today. It could come up into here today. The Euro yen, nothing to do. It completely ran away. Potential profit targets up here. That won't happen today. You'll have to hold it again. And the Aussie yen coming up to our sell. It has the potential to go up into here today. That could happen. So those are the ones to watch for everybody. Hold on a second. I'm just going to get a refill on my coffee. I'll be right back in just a second. Won't take but a second. Alright, I'm back. So I'm sure nothing moved while I was gone. Again, there is news this week, big news, especially here in the U.S. Wednesday we got the rate decision here in the U.S. That could be a big mover depending on what it says. We got the oil report too, and with what's going on over in Israel, that could get wacky too. So even though I don't trade oil, it will have to do with the currencies, the Canadian dollar in particular, and anything tied to that. Like the pound CAD, the CAD yen, euro CAD. Those will be affected because they're tied to the Canadian dollar. So be careful on those. And then of course Friday is the big one. It's the non-farm payroll here in the U.S. And if that one's off, it can move too. But usually when that happens, the first hour of that candle from the actually it's about an hour and a half of that after when the report comes out, it usually stays within that candle the rest of the day, so there's no need to trade it. I don't ever trade it because I learned from past experience that's exactly what it does. So I don't trade it. I try to be out of everything before then, so don't have to mess with that whatsoever. So those are the big news reports this week here in the U.S. So if you're in trades, be careful on those, because anything tied to the dollar is going to move. So you have to watch those trades if you're in them carefully. Like the pound dollar, see, like that one is going to be a mover, because these always move before these big reports come out. So I'm looking for the pound dollar to make a move up to here. That's the potential profit target, is right up here. That won't happen today. We're at the yearly pivot. You can see what happens at this yearly pivot. Hoping that this is going to break to the upside, because it is in a buy, and I'm still in this one, taking off half the profit. But when this pushes up, then I'm going to be able to move my stop from my entry over here to over here. And since I've already taken half off, it takes the stress off when that happens, because then you can just, all you're doing is moving your second half of your position, and it's going to be able to have money no matter what when I'm able to move it over here. It's a break even plus $1 or $2 right now, so it's making money no matter what. I just want more money. I'm hoping this thing is going to push up higher where I can move it to over here, where now it'll be even higher, and just kind of follow it up to here. And that's on the pound dollar. The Aussie dollar is pushing up into a potential sell. It could go up into here today before it sells. But there is a yearly pivot about 300 away from here, from where it's at right now. So it could take out that high, and before the end of the year it could reach that. But there's also one to the downside that's about 300 away as well, so it could come down here and take that low out and head that direction. Pound CAD's in a sell. Really didn't give you much of an opportunity. The risks are too great for these, so we'd have to have a push up back up into here to be able to sell. So nothing to do on that. Nothing to do on the pound yen. It ran away. There's the potential profit targets up here. That won't happen today. To be able to get in this buy, I have to have a pullback back down in here, and then hopefully ride it up to here. Gotta have a low risk trade. Low risk. Euro New Zealand has been in the sell. Unfortunately, I got stopped out right there. It's at that highs where I had my stop loss after moving it all the way down, taking off half the profit. I had it there. After the push down, after this push down, I moved it to there, from there to there, and I got stopped out and it went lower. So I'm glad that I was able to get out, because it looks like it's fixing to push back up, and it would be good if it came up into here, because that's a potential sell. Pound New Zealand, nothing you can do. It was too great, the risk to reward, even though it has come down some, and there's nothing to do on it right now. New Zealand yen, it just ran away. Can't chase it, can't chase these. Let them come back to you. If they don't, you just go and look at another one. Euro Aussie is down to where it could turn around, be a buy right here, or it could come down a little bit lower and be a buy. And that's your stop loss if you get in right there. Low risk. Euro CAD is in a sell, but need a same thing as a pound CAD, need a push up into here before the sell. That could happen today. Pound Aussie is in a buy, very low risk buy. But if it takes out the low of these candles, it's going to take that one out too. So this could be your stop if you was in right now. The CAD yen, which I'm in, I've already taken off half of my position. And now looking for, I've got my stop at entry after this push up. Because originally this was my stop over here when I got in on this candle. Because I had this order placed overnight. I put these orders in if they're up. When I'm up, if I see them, and it's late, like I'm fixing to go to bed, it's like I'm putting an order in, put my stop loss in at that low, and just wake up the next morning and see what happens. It did go a little bit lower, not a whole lot, but it did go a little bit lower than what I had put my entry at. So, but I'm okay with that, because this is 35 pips. That's where you take it off at on the CAD yen, because it don't have as great a range, which it's already done. I've took off half off. I've banked that money, and this one is now at break even plus a couple dollars, so it's going to make money no matter what. Now I just need this trade to push up at least up into here. So it can actually pull back down in here a little bit and then push up today, and then I can move my stop up higher. So the Euro yen has run away like the Japanese yen and New Zealand yen. Nothing to do. The potential profit target is up here. That will not happen today. So hoping that this thing is going to pull back down into here, give me a chance to get in long, and then ride it up to there. And that will take it probably a day. And then the Aussie yen, looking for a sell opportunity. It could come up into here today before it sells off, so that could happen. So that's it for today. If you guys got any questions or comments, feel free to put them in the chat or in my comment section on my YouTube channel. And easiest way to find out if I'm live streaming, when I'm on live streaming, is to subscribe to the channel, and then you're also going to have to click on the notify me button, and then YouTube will notify you when I am on live. That's the easiest way to be able to do it. And then you can either like the channel or not. I'm not into all that stuff like most of these YouTubers. If you've been on there long enough in those trade rooms, you're going to see what I'm talking about. I've actually seen in several different trade rooms where they spent most of their time just trying to get people to subscribe and like. And even a couple of them was like they weren't going to put out a trade call until they got to so many likes or so many subscribers. So you know what happened? Everybody jumped on there because they wanted to be, oh, I got to have a trade, I got to make money today. No, you don't. You don't have to make money today. You be patient, you wait for it to come back, or you can get in low risk. If you lose, you don't lose hardly anything. And this is swing trading is what I do. I don't do day trading. Sometimes trades do set up, and sometimes they don't. And even on a second day, sometimes they don't. So you have to be patient, but then you get rewarded with your patience. And I'll give you a perfect example of this. Let me slide this back so you can see hopefully this whole picture. You'd be in this for several. See, this is what I'm talking about. There's the buy. Of course, you're not going to get this signal. I don't put these out anywhere. You got a buy opportunity. It runs away. This is when most of the average Trader Joe's is get in. They go, they see this big old candle form. They go, uh-oh, it's running away. I got to get in. And look what happens. And most of them don't have that big a stop loss to ride through that, because it's over 100, and it pulls back down to where you want it. Low risk trade. That is 75.05. Came down to 14. So that was a $14. All you're risking is 14 bucks, and this is your reward. So why would you try to go for 8 to 10 pips when you can get this? You see, when those guys that are trading on YouTube, the ones that do 1, 3, 5, and even 15 minute, and some 30 minute, not many, they take it off at 8 to 10 pips, and then they have to move their stop so tight that within an hour candle they can easily get stopped out. And then this could happen. They were in the right direction. So there's no need to take 8 to 10 pips. But if you go in the brokerage houses, whether it's Goldman Sachs or Wanda or wherever you want to go to, they say on average, the people that trade with them take a trade off 8 to 10 pips on average. That's just on Forex. On stocks, it's 10 to 15 cents. So you have to be right so many times in a row, and the chances of that happening are not very good. That's why they're in the 95% bracket. They don't. You see these ones come on here and drop off on YouTube consistently. It's because they're trying to get 20 trades a day because they got to make so much money. Sure, you had to wait when it showed up. You had to wait. That's over a day right here that you had to wait. So you didn't make no money, but you got rewarded for your patience. So that's what it's all about. Patience. You have to be patient. If you're trading with money that you're using to pay your rent or your mortgage or your car note, you need to stop trading and just do a demo account. Learn first, save your money, and then you'll be better off. And first thing I would do is get away from 1, 3, and 5 minute charts. That's the very first thing I'd do, because I can say that because I traded it and I blew 2 accounts from the late 90s to the early 2000s. Blew 2 different accounts trading that way. So that woke me up, and I found swing trading, and that was in 2006, and here we are heading into 24, and I'm still doing it because it takes stress off. I can wait, but I've been able to put money away once I started, before I started trading this way. I followed my own advice. Do a demo account, learn. I print these charts off in these currencies I trade, which is 14. I print these off every day if I have a trade. Every single day I print them off. You say, well, that's a lot of ink and a lot of paper. It's a lot of money. Yep, this is a business. You got to put money in your business to make money. But then I write these up when the trade in, where I got in my entry, why I got in at that entry, where my stop loss is, why my stop loss is there, and then even as I'm moving my stop loss up and where my take profit was too, that I put all those in on my trade. Immediately when I get in, I put in my stop loss and I put in my first target profit, which would be half a position. And you say, well, that the brokers, they know where your stops is. Yeah, but if it's correct, it's not coming to it. If you're in the right spot, it's not going to come into it. So it doesn't matter whether they see it or not. See, if you were in a buy in here, you'd say, oh, the broker stopped me out, and they turned around. Nope, you're in the wrong place. That's why you have to be patient and wait. There's no reason to get in here. There's nothing to tell you to get in. Oh, it came down to resistance right here. It does this all the time. And it does this a lot of time too. It'll break right through it and you're on the wrong side because you're not at the right entry. So it's not the broker's fault. You have to learn this stuff. And it's by looking at charts all the time. So printing these off are going to be the best teacher for you. You won't need me. You just write them up, print them off. Then if you can have this as a business, then it's tax deductible. You're not going to get all that money back, not even close. But you will get some back because it's your business. Euro New Zealand looks like it's going to make a push up into here, which would be awesome for potential another sell setup, low risk. Even though I'd got in one, like I said, this one, and took off half the position. On this is 60 pips because of the range, daily range on the Euro New Zealand. Was able to move it down finally when I got this push down. And it came up, which it always does. When it does push down, it's going to make a little push up, then it's going to go back down. Then you can move your stop. You have to wait. See, these are 1 hour candles, so you have to wait a lot for this to be able to happen. But I was able to finally move it down to here, and it come up and got me, and it's right back out where I got out. Sure, it went down a little bit more, but not much more, but it looks like it's heading higher now. So I'm happy. Got half profit, and the other one made even more than my first half. And that's what I do all the time. But I have to wait for these trades. There may not be a trade every day, so you got to realize that. But most traders on YouTube that are trading on YouTube, people want to follow them because you can look and see how many subscribers they got, which again is deceiving. Because if you look and see they've got 10,000 subscribers and there's 100 and something people viewing, where's the other 9,000 something? It's because they know this guy's not no count, or he's not transparent, not making any money, or he's not truthful, and they leave. And that leaves the other 100 and something because they want the trading action. No need to follow nobody like that. Your time and money is valuable. Figure it out. If you're in it just to be entertained, then stay in that room. But if you're in it to make money, you need to leave the room. And you got to find somebody who's consistent. Because I'm sure you've seen on YouTube, if you've been there on any length of time, a lot of these rooms put on how many trades they made for the day, for the week, for the month, and even some for the year. Pay no attention to that. That's very deceiving because you don't know how many pips they got off of them trades. And I can almost guarantee you that it's going to be 8 to 10 pips on the Forex on average. And if they happen to do tell you how many pips they've got total, then just divide it up into the number of trades and see if it doesn't come up to that 8 to 10 pips. Which means they have to be right so many times, and the chances of people being that way is not very good, slim to none. So there's no reason to follow people like that. I lost blew 2 accounts. I don't do it anymore. So since I've been trading, swing trading, which has started in 2006, I've been profitable. You think there's any reason to change going on 18 years? I don't think so. I don't want to go into a room just because they are funny or they're chatting. I want somebody who's going to teach me and make money. I can get entertained by watching TV or my phone. I want to be able to make money. But that's all these. If you've got any questions or comments, I'll go through these one more time. The pound dollar is in a buy. I've been in this since over here, taking a half off, but it's just not moving anywhere. It needs to do this so I can move my stop. It's not doing it. But my stop is down here now, so it will make money too. But I need a push up, and I need it to go up here. That's the potential profit targets there, but that's not going to happen today, so I'm going to have to continue to hold this again. I had to hold it over the weekend too as well. So that's the pound dollar. The Aussie dollar has been in a buy. The target is up in here, and it could do that today before it sells off, but there is a yearly pivot that's about 300 away from where we're trading, so there's a potential this thing could go higher to the end of the year. Pound CAD is in a sell. You didn't have an opportunity to get in because your stop had been up here. You couldn't get it down here. That's about 50, well, plus the spread, about mid 50s. That's too great a risk. You have to have it come back up into here, low risk for sale. Then if it's wrong, you don't lose much. Pound yen ran away. Got to have a retracement back down in here. Can't chase it. This is what the average Trader Joe's do. You don't want to be one of them. Oh, it's going to run away. It's going up, and they'll get in, and yeah, they may get 8 to 10 pips, 12 pips, and then they move their stop and they get stopped out. As opposed to you can wait. Hopefully it's going to pull back down in here. That's the potential target, which is up here, which won't happen today. So you're going to have to hold it again. Need to pull back down in here, make it a low risk trade, then go up. If it's wrong, you don't lose much. But if you're right, you're going to make a bunch. Euro New Zealand, still in a sell. Pound New Zealand is still in a sell. New Zealand yen, like the pound yen, has just ran away. No chance to get in. Nothing you can do. You have to have a pullback to get in for the buy. Nothing to do on that. Euro Aussie, it could turn around from right here. That's your stop. Or this could push a little bit lower down in here and then head up. So if you got in right now, that's your stop right down here. That low is 65.57, and it's trading at 20, so that's 40, 50, 60, be in the 60s, about 65 with the spread. That's a big risk. I don't take those. I would need a pullback down here. See how it ran up? You missed it. You just missed it. You go to the next one. But it went into where it flushed down. Went right to it and sold off. Now it's flushed up. I would expect it's going to come back down into here to fill in its flush up. And then we'll see what it's going to do. But then you want a low risk trade. That's what you're looking for. Euro CAD in a sell. Nothing to do. It's got to come up in here for the sale. It could do that today. Pound Aussie. It's in a buy. That was your best buy opportunity. I am in this. This is my stop. It's under this candle right here at that low, the low of that candle. Because if it takes that out, it takes that out. This was a $6 risk. Actually 7. Yeah, 7. $7 less than a Big Mac combo meal. Who can't afford that? Now if it's right, the range on this will go to up to about here today. That's its potential range for today. But I'm looking for up here, retest. That's a yearly pivot. You see what happened. We fell off from there. Went up to it, touched it, closed above it barely, and crashed. I'm looking for a retest up into here. Hopefully this is the start of the buy that's going up. I'm going to have to hold that for a couple days because that's not going to happen today. So you have to be willing to hold this trades. I'm looking for a push up, a big push up, then a little bitty retracement, and then a push higher. Then I can move my stop up. But first I'm looking for the on pound Aussie 50 pip profit target on it because of its range is greater. And I haven't got there yet. Getting close. Got about 20 more pips and I'll be able to take half of this position off and then move the other half to break even plus $1 or $2. And then I don't have to worry about it. I can sit back and wait, see what happens. But I've got money banked in. CAD yen, I'm in this one too. I'd put in an order overnight after I had this set up. It actually went a little bit lower than what I got in at, my number, which is okay. I mean, it's taken off half the position already, which is 35 on the CAD yen because it doesn't have as great a range. So this one is now at break even plus $1 or $2, so it's going to make money. So I don't care. I'm in trades. I don't have to look for other trades like these other traders do that trade these 1, 3, and 5 minute charts. They consistently have to look for trades to get in because they take 8 to 10 pips, get stopped out. Then they got to turn around and look at it again to try to find another spot. I don't have to. You tell me what's the easiest way to do it. Trade like what they're doing or trade like what I'm doing. You have to make that decision for yourself. So that's a yearly pivot. I would think we're going to come up because we crashed and closed below it. Going to come up and retest it at least. This is the potential to where it could have trouble is right here. And that could happen today. Euro yen ran away. See how it's run away? But the average Joe will get in here and they'll see this. They go, oh, it's run away. I got oh, good. I got 8 to 10 pips. Hooray. Well, good for you. I'm waiting on this. I'm hoping that it comes back. I get down here, low risk trade. I can risk $10 to $15 and the potential profit target is up there. You can take your 10 pips. I'm going to take my 150. That's how I've been able to retire and work from home doing this because I wait. I couldn't retire doing 1, 3, and 5 minute charts having to be right. I'm not going to be right like that. And I don't think anybody else is either. Because they're not smarter than these guys who've gone to Harvard and Yale and been taught this stuff and then work at Goldman Sachs. You're not going to be smarter than them, so you have to go with them. You have to figure out what they're doing, and this is what they do. 1 hour chart, 4 hour chart, daily chart, and the daily is just for the trend. This is still running away. Need a pullback. Nothing to do here. See, I don't have to worry about getting in. I'm waiting on the pullback. Now, if this continues running up, guess where it's going? Up in here for a potential sale. So I have to sit and wait. Nothing to do. Aussie yen is coming up to potential sale. It can get right up here. It can do that today before it sells off. I was in this trade, of course, over here. Able to get in. And was able to take off half the position. And I had my stop underneath there. After the push up. Got stopped out. I'm not going to get back in. Risk is too great right there. But it has worked. But I don't care. I done got my money. I look for the next trade. Look for the next trade. So this is it in a nutshell. I do Forex trading. I don't do day trading, even though there could be a trade during the New York session. For those of you who are here for the first time, this is what I do. Swing trading. I'm on Monday through Thursday, New York Eastern Time. The easiest way to find me is subscribe to my channel, and then you're also going to have to click on the notify me button, and then YouTube will send you a message notifying you when I'm on live. And that's Monday through Thursday. I don't trade on Fridays because the big boys don't trade on Friday. And you may ask, well, how do I know that? Look at the volume. The volume drops off drastically on Fridays, except for non-farm payroll. And that's everybody jostling their positions. So I'm going to follow the big boys. They don't trade on Friday. They do 1 and 4 hour and daily charts. I do 1 and 4 hour and daily charts. I'm not going to trade with the average Joe who loses 95% of the time over time. I'm sticking with these guys. It's got me to be able to retire from. I had a good job making over $20 an hour, well over 20. And Once I started swing trading, I started making more, and this was just doing it part-time. So I'm saying, I try to get people to say, if you're trading, if you're working a full-time job, and you're trading with these YouTube traders on 1, 3, and 5 and 15 minutes, I would stop. You run the risk of getting fired because you're having to be on your phone all the time. On swing trading, you don't. These are hour and 4-hour charts, so you have a ton of time to be able to look at these and see what's going on. You can look at it before you head into work, when you're at the house, on your first break, at lunch break, on your break in the afternoon, and then on your way home, and then when you get home. See how many opportunities you have to look at it, and you don't take the risk of possibly getting fired because you're constantly having to look at your phone. And then just learn, do a demo account, learn how to be able to trade, become profitable. And I guarantee you, if you print these charts off every single day, and when you get in a trade, write it up. Or if you see something on there, I should have got in here, and write down why you should have got in. This is going to be the best teacher for you. Because once you start learning all this stuff, you don't need me anymore, and that's what I want. I don't want you to have to depend on me. I want you to be able to learn it on your own. But all I ask in return is when you become consistently profitable and you're able to start working from home now, because now you're making more money than at your job, so you don't have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning every day, fight traffic every day. Then just teach somebody else. That's all I ask. Just return the favor. I'm not like everybody else on YouTube trying to get 10,000 subscribers or Taylor Swift number subscribers or so many likes to where you can get paid by YouTube, and then if you got so many subscribers you get ad revenue. I don't need to do that. I don't want to do that, because these other traders have to spend too much time in their trade room pushing that. And I thought it's supposed to be about teaching people and trading, not trying to get ad revenue from YouTube. If that comes, great, wonderful. If it doesn't, that's great and wonderful too. But in the meantime, I want to be able to teach people to trade consistently with the 5%, not the 95% that lose. But everybody's got their own mind to make up, and you're not going to be entertained in here as much as you would maybe another room. But you have to ask yourself, is it about me being entertained, which I can get entertainment from anywhere else, or about making money to where I can eventually retire and get my wife retired? My wife is retired, so I'm not sure who you'd want to follow. But them guys have to keep you tied to them, so they have to entertain you to keep you there, so they get subscribers and likes. That's why they spend so much time doing that and not teaching trading and focusing on that. But that's it for today. If you guys are in trades, please use profit targets, whatever you want. Whether it's a eighth, a fourth, a third, a half, 3/4, ever how you feel comfortable with. Just take the stress off. And then just move your stops, but not too tight, because you can easily get stopped out. And you have to be patient. So I plan to be back tomorrow. I'm not sure if I got a doctor's appointment. I don't think so. I don't think that's this week, but I have to double check. But I will be here tomorrow if I don't have one for sure. Same time, same bat channel. So I hope everybody has a good night, and just be careful on these trades, in particular the dollar yen, because I'm short in it from the 149.90s. I'm willing to hang on to that and even add to it, because I'm expecting the Bank of Japan to come back in and crash that down like it did a couple weeks ago. So we'll see you guys on tomorrow, and you're welcome to go on my YouTube channel. In the comments section, any questions or comments you can put in there, and I answer them as quick as possible. Usually if it's during U.S. session, or even a little later because I stay up, I can get to them quick. But if they're from overseas and I'm in the bed and you're up, then don't be upset if I don't answer for the next 10 hours. It's just the time zone difference, but I will get back to you. So I will see you guys tomorrow.